Hey everyone, it's Greg, and it's another edition of Unbreakable Spirits. Thanks for tuning in this morning. It is Saturday, August the 5th, and I hope you guys are having a great weekend. A few things to talk about today on the program. Um, did you hear on the news that New Jersey, Jersey, is now the only state in the union where you don't have to pump your own gas. They'll actually come out and pump it for you. Now, some people love that because they love the convenience of the service people coming out and pumping your gas like the old days, doing your windshield, putting air in your tires, whatever. Some people are used to pumping their own gas. I mean, Oregon just changed their laws, and so now you have an option. You can pump your own gas out in Oregon. Um, I mean, to me, it's like it's no big deal. You know what I remember. You guys probably remember this too. Back in the day, um, you would go and get gas, and right away there would be like 4 or 5 attendants running out and not only pumping your gas, but doing the windshields with the squeegee and putting air in your tires and doing all kinds of stuff for you, And it all went so fast and quick, and then you were gone, and you would get green stamps. Green stamps, remember green stamps? And you would collect those green stamps, paste them in a book, and for like 84 books, you get like a blender. You turn it in for a blender or something. You go to this place where they have all these appliances. You take like stacks and stacks of green stamp books, and you cash it in. But I mean, that's what I remember about service days and stuff. So anyway, so just know that the great Garden State of New Jersey is the only state where you could get that service. Oh, do you like the shirt? I don't know if you can see it. It says Phillies there. Let me back up a little. There you go. Get the light out of the way. Phillies. Anyway, I'm wearing this for a couple reasons. Number one, it's muggy here in Pennsylvania, and it's very comfortable. You can see it's like a mesh thing. It's like a jersey, and I'm going to the Phillies game today, which we're going to talk about in a minute. I got this yesterday at Rally House. Now, and for those of you out of the area who don't know what Rally House is this great sporting goods store in the area, and I could spend forever there. That's one of my favorite places on the planet Earth. Uh, Rally House just dropped me off there. I could go through all the Phillies gear, the Eagles gear. In fact, I got an Eagle shirt too there. Sixers gear, Flyers gear, not so much, uh, but it's just a great play. I don't mean to give them a plug, blah blah blah, but it's that kind of place, like a sporting good place. Uh, just drop me off there, go and do whatever you need to do, come back and pick me up in about 4 hours. I just love it. It's just great. So I got this shirt yesterday, and so it was a good day. It was a good day. Before we talk about the game, which I'm going to, which I have a few things to say about. Do you know lottery? The lottery is the mega ball, mega whatever, is up to $1.5 billion now. Nobody won last night. So it's up to 1.5 billion, just chump change, peanuts. And so somebody's going to win it one of these days, right? And what was interesting, they always have on the news, they're so positive on the news, that your odds of winning, are like 300 million or whatever. But they also put you have a greater chance of being eaten by a shark, the Jaws. You have a greater chance of being in a plane crash, and you also have a greater chance of getting hit by lightning 18 times. 18 times before you do hitting the lottery. So that's pleasant. It's not pleasant to think about that. All that good stuff. Anyway, it tells you what your chances are of hitting the freaking lottery. But you know what? Somebody has to win. And if you're not in it, you can't win it, right? So I don't endorse spending your life savings on the lottery, but you buy it like one or two tickets. I mean, what the hell? Somebody's got to win, and maybe you'll have the lucky numbers. And if you do, don't forget your favorite podcaster right here. Okay. So anyway, so good luck with the lottery. I want to talk about Enzo the dog. Enzo the dog. Well, Enzo the dog is a local dog who broke out of his house, literally broke out yesterday morning, Friday morning. The owner didn't even know that Enzo had escaped. Where was Enzo going? I don't know. But what is newsworthy about this is that Enzo ended up on I-95 here in Philadelphia, just walking down the highway and missed morning traffic, rush hour traffic. There's Enzo. Enzo's this beautiful dog. He's like a husky dog, only he's brown. He's got these blue eyes like Frank Sinatra. And so poor Enzo was walking along I-95, zigzagging in between the cars. Thank God nobody got hurt. Apparently Enzo was hit by a truck, but just kept right on going, which is great. I don't want to see Enzo hurt. I actually, when I got out of the shower, I heard on the news that there's a dog on I-95 holding up traffic. And I'm thinking, what? First of all, my thoughts went out to the dog, that please keep the dog safe, and so, but they interviewed Enzo. I'm thinking football. Enzo's owner yesterday, after Enzo was rescued. To make a long podcast short, the cops got involved, as you can imagine, finally cornered Enzo, got a hold of him. They found out where Enzo lived, took him back to his owner. Now, the owner seems like a nice lady. She didn't know that he busted out. And she was very thankful that Enzo came back. But he's a famous dog now. He's a bit tired, but he's really not worse for the wear. Thank God the truck did him. But Enzo just kept on going. And I thought of Forrest Gump. Remember what that part in Forrest Gump where Forrest Gump keeps running and running? He's got the long beard and he won't stop. He ran from one end of the country to the Pacific Ocean, turned around, and ran back. And they asked Forrest Gump, well, why? Why are you doing this? Why? He said, because I just think it's a good thing to do, And I thought of Enzo and what did Forrest Gump say? When I got tired, I slept. When I was hungry, I ate. And otherwise, I was running. Anyway, so that's Enzo. God bless him. And I hope Enzo is okay today. And he deserves a good rest. I mean, we still don't know where he was running to or running from. I mean, I don't know. Anyway, I'm going to the Phillies game today, which I'm looking forward to. I always do. And it should be a great game. First of all, it's photo night. So you get to go down on the field, take pictures of your favorite players. Now, this group of players, they haven't had photo night in a few years because of the pandemic. So it'll be very interesting to see how close the players get to the fans. They have the fans ringing around the field and roped off. and the players go by. Sometimes they'll stop and talk. No autographs are allowed. But most of the time they just keep walking, say hello, take a picture, and it's good. You're good to go. Which is good. Which is good. Those players are pretty cool about it. You know, they want to interact with the fans and meet the fans. Um, I remember the first year Bryce Harper was with the Phillies. He came out for photo night, and this was before the pandemic. He came out for photo night, but he stood, it was kind of odd. He walked around the middle of the field waving at the fans, but he didn't actually come close to make contact. Now, I don't know whether that was part of his contract or I don't know. So hopefully this year, I know Bryce Harper's a great guy. And he will interact with the fans a little more and come a little closer so we could take pictures of him. The real jackass, if I finally say that, was Jonathan Papelbon. You remember Jonathan Papelbon? He was a relief pitcher for the Red Sox who came to the Phillies. Why, I don't know. But he was a real jerk. Even on the mound, he would grab his crotch. He would fight with teammates in the dugout. I mean, he was a nasty, nasty guy. Well, what I remember for him from photo night, he would come out, but he would not interact with the fans. In fact, he one time he stole the Philly Fanatics little moped, the little motorcycle, and was riding around the field with it, going woohoo, woohoo, just sort of mocking the fans. He wasn't looking at the fans. He didn't stop to take pictures. He was just being his jackass self. So that's Jonathan Papelbon for you. But a lot of players have been very cool. Rhys Hoskins has always been a nice guy. Before he got traded, Zach Eflin was one of the nicest players I've met. Cole Hamels, who retired yesterday from baseball, was always a very nice guy. I remember the one year on photo night, there was a group of kids near me who had cancer. And apparently Cole Hamels was told about it, and he actually stopped. I'll never forget this. He stopped and he talked to these kids. He allowed them to take pictures. He signed autographs, and he actually got down on their level. You know, he bent down and talked to them, and it just impressed me so much because he didn't have to do that, but he did. You know, and Cole Hamels, if you're out there, congratulations. Good luck in your retirement. I know we haven't seen the last of you, and thanks for all the memories of being a great pitcher for the Phillies and bringing us a championship in 2008. So it should be a fun photo night, photo day. Actually, the photos start at 5. The game starts at 6. And we're playing the Kansas City Royals, who seem like a pushover, but they're not. They've actually won 7 in a row, and they beat the Phillies last night. Here's my last issue, or topic, or whatever you want to call it. In Philadelphia now, we have a way of applauding failure. We've done this in the past. Now, when the 76ers tanked a while ago and actually were losing on purpose, that's hard to believe, isn't it? You go to a game, you buy a ticket, you pay for the parking, concessions, blah, 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 and you're going there knowing that your home team that you're watching play is actually trying to lose. There's just something morally wrong against that, you know? They were trying to lose to get a better draft pick. Well, they did, but the management screwed up the picks, and the 76ers are no better than what they were before. So it didn't work. Now we're into last night. It was sort of a radio stunt where everybody was told, the fans there, to give the struggling Trea Turner a standing ovation, just to say to him, hey, we got your back, even though you've sucked all year, we got your back. We're supporting you. And that's okay. Okay, one time, that's fine. But every freaking time Trey Turner came up to bat, the fans stood up. And it's got to be a little weird, a little forced, like phony that this is more of a sympathy thing, not encouragement. It was becoming like that. Even though Turner said after the game he appreciated the thought, you could tell it was sort of, I don't know, if Trey Turner would have hit a home run, stand up and cheer. Or cheer for Trey Turner. Don't boo him. Don't drive him out of town. But you don't have to stand up and give him a standing ovation for no reason at all. He didn't do anything. He got a hit last night. He drove it a run, which is great. But to me, as much as I love the Phillies and I love Trey Turner, I was on board bringing him to Philadelphia. And I think he will turn it around. He's a great player. I think he's in a little bit of a slump. Hitting all those home runs in the World Baseball Classic before the season began did him no good. I think he thinks he's a power hitter, swinging too hard, trying to hit home runs, flailing at the plate. He's got what I call the Scott Kingery syndrome. Scott Kingery was a prospect of the Phillies, in case you don't know, who really had a lot of promise. Scott Kingery got into all this analytics nonsense, launch angle, trying to hit home runs instead of line drives and using his speed. And he got all screwed up in the head. He started swinging out balls in the dirt. It was really bad to the point where he's still in the minor leagues. He never got over it. So Trey Turner reminds me of Scott Kingery. Exactly. He's swinging at balls in the dirt. He's swinging too hard, trying to pull the ball all the time. He is just all messed up. His mechanics are messed up. Hopefully, they'll get him straightened out. But, until then, it's one thing to support a player. It's another thing to have a pre-scripted, clinical type of let's all stand up for this guy. It wasn't spontaneous, it was something pre-planned. And there's something artificial about that to me. I can't put my finger on it, but it seemed very artificial to me. With that said, hopefully Trey Turner will have a good game tonight. And I'll applaud him. I'll never boo a player. I'm not a booer, but I'll applaud him. If you're going to give Trey Turner a standing ovation, why not give the guys who really are carrying this team now, like Alec Bohm, Bryson Stott, Brandon Marsh, the daycare that they're known as, the kids, give them a standing ovation because they deserve it. They've carried this team all season long. Don't give it to a guy who is an underperformer, underachieving player who is making $300 million, and he's not living up to his reputation and his salary. And now we have Kyle Schwarber is struggling. So are we going to give him a standing ovation now? Aaron Nola is sucking. The next time he comes on the mound, probably Thursday against Washington, are we going to give him a standing ovation even after he gives up a home run, which is probably likely? Are we going to stand and say to him, yay, Aaron, well done. We've got your back, no matter how bad you are performing. Well, for me, I don't have to worry about that because I'm in a wheelchair, so I can't stick him in the standing ovation anyway. So, you get my point. I'm a Phillies fan, true blue, true red, but I don't believe in this artificial, pre-planned, let's give this guy a standing ovation crap. Yeah, I think it's ridiculous. Anyway, I want to go to the game, take a lot of photos, and maybe eat a hot dog or two. Yeah, probably one, and have a good time. So I hope you guys have a great Saturday too. Now, I won't be back tomorrow because, it's Sunday and even God rested on Sunday. So But I will be back on Monday with more crazy stuff to talk about. The lighter end of the news, we need to smile in these days, we need to get out of the negative Philadelphia losing mentality. Negative. We need to think more positive and demand excellence for not only for our athletes, but for ourselves too. I think everyone in society now is too settled with mediocrity. And I don't think that, I think we should demand excellence in ourselves too. So, I'm going to go to the game and hope the Phillies win. So you guys have a great Saturday and take care of yourselves. And I'll talk to you again Monday. Take care for now. Bye-bye.